Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. Well, it's been a really frustrating week this week. Let me tell you why. So the Fiat 500, as you know, has gone to the body shop to be repaired. Was kind of hoping it will be here on Monday so we can work on it on the rest of the week, but the painter is having a few minor issues, so that will hopefully be here tomorrow. Then of course there's a Q5. We are still waiting for that hub to arrive. It's been over 3 weeks now, but I've been reassured, and having checked myself, the part is actually in the UK, so that should be here in the next couple of days or so. So I kind of figured, okay, why don't we work on the Ibiza, because we need to give it a good clean. And also, before we give it a clean, I'm actually going to get Wayne to blow over the bonnet, because it's got a lot of stone chips on there. Plus, I've noticed that when I was cleaning this side, that the bonnet is really bad in the sense that you can just see it there, that there's a line that goes up. It's like the lacquer has faded or broken down, and no amount of cutting is bringing it back to life. So I'm going to get Wayne, our painter, to he may blow it over, or he may just give it a lacquer and pull it back to its flatten it. He's very good at that, so I'm going to leave that to him, and he's charging a bargain price, so it's going to make the repair cost effective, and we're still coming with a profit with this car. However, there is a problem, because in order for Wayne to get this car out, we need to move the Q5, and of course the Q5 is sitting in the middle of the drive, right in front of the Ibiza, so the Ibiza is stuck. So we really need to get this car sorted so we can get that moving. I know, all first world problems, but with all of this going on with the Q5 and the Fiat 500, it actually distracted me from an important date, which was the MOT for the S3. Now, the S3's MOT is actually due on the 19th of this month, and I've literally went out of my mind. I thought it was in November, and when I was checking the other day, I got a bit of a surprise, and that means that we need to sort out that car pretty quickly, because there's still some issues that need to be resolved. We got to get the airbag sorted for the driver's side because it's blown. We need to sort out the dreaded headlight problem. That's still there, that's going to fail, and we need to sort out the seat belts. Those three areas all are automatic fails for the car. So we're going to spend the rest of this episode sorting out those issues, and I am going to show you that process naturally. The seats I've actually got repaired, but I will show you me stripping that off. I sent them off to a guy called Lee Drake of Drake Trimmings. Did a fantastic job on the seats, but you'll see that in a second. So let's not waste any more time. We're going to crack on and get those bits done. So for the eagle-eyed view out there, you will detect that I've done this in the past, because the S3 is actually in the garage in the shop, and clearly the S3 is now parked outside. Now, my original idea was to replace the leather seat with a new one from Audi, because if you look at the leather there, it's actually torn, and so I didn't think that it was a repairable item. But when I quoted, or got a new one quoted, it came out as something like £800 plus VAT, because this particular seat has got the heating element in it, as well as being Napa leather, which is quite a luxury item. So I elected to get it repaired, and I found a really good trimmer, courtesy of Rob from Salvage Rebuild, a guy called Lee Drake. So I decided, well, let's get it repaired, because he was only going to charge me £90 for the repair, which seemed a bargain to me. So I decided to strip it out rather than replace it with a new one. Okay, so this is the seat back here. Now, I've actually taken mine off because it is a proper nightmare. What you literally have to do is get a couple of screwdrivers and get underneath it so you can lift up these two levels. Then what happens is the whole back then comes down like this. These are the two levels that you've got to try and get up without breaking them. You can see this one's slightly compromised, it's bent, and this one's fine. And then when you put them back, basically you've got these two loopholes here that go over the headrest pipe, and then you jimmy those back in, and that gets that back in. Once you got this off, and try not to damage this, because this is quite expensive, about £100 to get a replacement one of these, so you best not want to damage that. But once you get the cover off, then getting the seat off is relatively straightforward, and I'm going to show you that process now.
Many tic-tacs later.
Okay, so it is time to get this seat now sorted. Now that we've got the seat back repaired, we can now pull this off, put the airbag on, and then get this seat back in the car. So let's do that. Okay, so we've got the seat in the garage, and we're going to put the seat cover on. This is the new airbag, the new side airbag. I just need to wire it up, take off the little screw here, and then that plugs in very simply into there, and then that is that. Over here we have the seat cover that was repaired and stitched up for us by Lee at Drake Trims. Thank you very much, Lee, done a fantastic job, as you can see. So this is the side that was torn, and he's put in a new piece of leather, and it is just slightly off in color, but you know what, you really wouldn't notice it. The stitching on it is perfect. It is very similar, if not the same, to the original factory stitching, and as you can see, the quality of the job is superb, so I'm very happy with that. Right, so we now need to put this back onto this seat. We'll do that, and then we can then put the whole seat back in the car and then crack on with the front. Okay, so the seat is now all back together, everything connected up, and is ready to go into the car. This back was a nightmare to get off, really easy to get on. Obviously they designed it to go on and not to come off, but that's now all in place, and we've got our connections. Right, let's concentrate on the front of the car then. So what you're looking at now is the pedestrian protection system. So there's two sensors, one at this end and then the other one at this end here, and in between you have this pipe. This pipe is a vacuum, so once it breaks you can no longer use it. So we need to put this into the car. This goes into the bumper and then connects up, and that's going to kill one of the errors that we've got. So we need to get the bumper off and get it prepared for that. And in front of this you've got a plastic trim which it sits on as well. So that's all ready now, ready to be installed. So we just got to get the bumper off to get it installed. Now, if you can remember, when we sent the car to the body shop, we stripped the bumper of everything to make the body shop's job easier and therefore charge me less. So now we got to put everything that we stripped off back on the car, including the front crash sensors that are actually in the bonnet. Now there's two of those that need to go back, so we're going to put those back along with the pipe work for the jets, etc., so we can get that ready and then fit that back in the car along with the passenger protection system that I showed you earlier. So we've finished wiring up. So what we've done is we've put the front crash sensors in place. Now this already had wiring for a crash sensor, so I've left them in place because they also have the wiring for the front parking sensors, which I can upgrade my car to at a later date, but I don't have the module yet, so we'll leave the wiring in place. So this is the wiring for the crash sensor, and this is the wiring I'm going to leave in place for the parking sensor and crash sensor combo. So that's all now sorted. We can now put the car or the bumper back in place, and this is for the front washer jets. Okay, so with the bumper fitted, that is 5 crash sensors repaired. 5. And we've still got 3 to go, including one secret one that I didn't know about until recently. So we'll find out more about that next week. And of course, that dreaded headlights. We have to get those headlights fixed. I'm really looking forward to that one. Not. So next week, or the next episode, you will see that come to its conclusion. And we've only got 6 days to go before the MOT is due, so we are running out of time. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe down here, give us a like as well, and don't forget to share this in other platforms, etc, etc, etc. You know the drill. So we'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of the week.